It's the garden news. It's the garden news.
Dad, it's the garden news.
All right, sorry.
Right, Stu, lad. You've got this. Be strong. Resist the temptation. Just get a grip, man. Keep control of yourself. And do not buy any more seeds or anything like that. We've got enough. We really don't need any more. Oh, for another one. Well, there's eight different things in that one. It's 8 different things, and there's 4 different things in that one. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Just walk past and leave them? There's 8 more things in that one. That one's got herbs. That's got herbs. Oh yeah. But seriously, pack it in. Stop buying seeds. You don't need any more. Your ridiculously oversized plastic storage box, that's full of seeds. You don't need any more. Oh yeah, but seed garlic. Casablanca, man. I've grown that before and it's a good doer. And then 75. What are they? I don't even know what they are. It's just an impulse buy. I picked them up. Stuttgarter Riesen. Or Ryzen, I forget me German now. I used to speak it, believe it or not. But hang on, how do you spell beer? It's I-E, so it's an E. Stuttgarter Riesen. But I reckon you can always get a little bit more space, can't you? To grow more stuff in. You can always find a little bit of space, even if it's a pot. So, yeah. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Episode 16 of the Garden News. You, Petals, are very, very welcome. It's good to have you here. Right, so, if you're new to the Garden News, I do 3 main things in each episode. Okay, the first one we'll talk about a news subject. I will tell you what the subject is, and it'll be gardening related. I'm not really interested in the EU Brexit negotiations unless it affects my gardening or my allotment. That's about my level of interest in that. So the news subject will be gardening related. Okay, I'll tell you what the story is, and then I welcome you to leave comments and tell me what you think about it, whether you're for, whether you're against. And in the second part, it'll be a photo gallery. Now 9 times out of 10, that's a bit hard to work out because this is only episode 16. So then it leaves us with an odd number with a decimal on, and it just looks untidy. So I'll say most of the time, right, the photos will be from you, my wonderful viewers that send them into my email address. Somewhere on the screen now, email address. And then in the third part of every episode, it can be one of many things. Sometimes it might be a little review. Sometimes it might be a thought that I've had. Like an idea in my head. A thought. An idea in my head. Or it might be something to do with gardening that's worthy of comment in whatever way I choose to do it. So let's get going with the first part of episode 16 of the Garden News. The Royal Horticultural Society, the UK's leading gardening charity, has made a statement that this year, I swear I need glasses, I'm in denial. Right, this year, they think will be the year that gardeners make more of a mess in their garden. And by that, they mean that bee hotels, wildlife ponds, homegrown veg will be more fashionable. They'll be more in demand to have those in our gardens. While your stereotypical manicured to within a millimetre of its life box hedges, topiary, lawns that get more care and attention than most people's haircuts do, they reckon that's all going to go out of the window, and people will slowly but surely start to drop those type of neat and tidy gardening habits this year. And it's mainly this predicted trend that they reckon will be towards more messy style gardens. They mainly think the reason behind that is going to be an increased awareness of environmental matters and the fact that our environment, our planet, is suffering at the moment. So the Royal Horticultural Society's chief horticulturalist, a fella called Guy Barter, he's backing this up by saying that at this year's 2020 RHS Chelsea Flower Show, they have encouraged more designers to have more nature-centric gardens, and they are ditching single-use building materials like concrete and what have you. A lot of the gardens get dismantled at the end of the show. Some of them get packed up and rebuilt elsewhere, but not all of them do. So they'll be encouraging designers to use reusable materials. Because of the nature of this audience, of you guys that are watching this, we've all got that shared love of gardening, and I think most gardeners already appreciate the value of having a messy corner that insects can just go berserk in and do their thing, because we understand that insects are important in our gardens, that sort of stuff. So, what do you think the likelihood is of this prediction showing any signs of being a thing? Do you think it's got a good chance of happening for the same reasoning and logic that the RHS have said? Or do you think it's a pipe dream and people will still be out there 3 times a week mowing the lawn, annoying the neighbours with the noise, streaming stuff that don't really need to be streamed, reaching for all the weed killers and pesticides in the supermarket shelves? What do you guys think? What do you think? Do you think it's a good prediction, or do you think they've just not in touch with the real world? Leave a comment, let me know. In episode 15, the one before this one, it was very early January. It was still dark, very much winter, and I just knew there would be some of us, because I might have been guilty of it myself, that there would be some of us that had already started to plant seeds. Even though conventional wisdom says, wait, there are a few things you can do in January, to be fair. But I just knew that some of you guys would have not been able to resist the urge to get planting. New year, new garden, all that. So I asked for photographs of the seeds you've already sown in January, and you did not disappoint. So the first petal head that sent in a photo was Becky from Becky's Allotment channel. All the links to these channels will be in the description for this video. So back in January, Becky sowed some alpine strawberries and Musa acuminata, which is an edible banana. Ooh, get you. She's also sowed some chilies and onions. The next petal head that sent in a picture of what they've sown in January, she's on screen right now, is Julia from Country Life Crafts. She told me she just couldn't resist sowing some tomatoes, and I see you've got San Marzanos there. They are a good choice. They're a great sauce maker. And the next petal head that sent me in a photo of what they've been sowing in January was Mags from My Garden and the Dinosaurs Who Lived There. Right, how's this for early? Mags sowed some Bedfordshire Champion onions on the 29th of December. I actually think I still had undigested food from my Christmas dinner in my body at that point. Mags, well done. For the next episode of Garden News, here is the challenge. Send me to my email address, which was on screen earlier. I'll put it on screen now. Send me your photos of... Now, I forget who it was. I saw someone refer to this on Twitter the other day. They put some spring flowers on and they called it the Heralds of Spring. So send me pictures of your heralds of spring. What is currently, even though We're not quite in spring, depending what calendar you follow. You know, meteorological calendar, or the other one, which I can't pronounce. I struggle pronouncing meteorological. Whatever flowers you've got at the moment, you might still have some snowdrops. There might be daffodils, crocuses, you know, that kind of thing. Hyacinths. If you've got those in your garden where you live, send me those pictures. And think of it this way. When I show them, right, I'm not just, oh, look, there's my picture on somebody else's channel. I'm giving you a shout out at the same time, because I will link your channel in the description for that video. So it's kind of two for the price of one. I get something out of it because you're giving me content, and you get something out of it because you're getting a shout out. And there might be someone that follows me which currently doesn't follow you. You being a petal head, a follower of this channel. Let's all be petal heads. Let's go and follow each other, right? So when I put your channel name on, someone else might go, oh, that's a new channel. They look like they're into gardening. They must be if they've sent a picture into this maniac. I will go and follow them. That's how it works. So the third part of tonight's episode, what was it, 16 of the garden news, is I'm going to talk about another YouTuber in the gardening community. Blue Star Dave. Apparently, he's been getting a bit of grief, right? I won't go into the ins and outs of it. Most of you probably follow his channel. Most of you are probably following him on FaceAche as well. I'm asking you, just show Dave a bit of love, right? Go and watch one of his videos and leave a nice comment. Stick your thumb up to it. Go on Facebook. Leave him a little message. How's it going, matter? Because that's how they talk, I think, in Newcastle. Not very good at accents, sorry. And while we're on the subject, not just Dave, we should all be doing this to each other anyhow. If you're outside of the UK, there was a celebrity, a lady that committed suicide recently. It's quite a sad story. Not that just because she's a celebrity. I know lots of people commit suicide because they're desperately unhappy. We, in this community, we can help people. If people are unhappy, we're there to pick them up by being positive, by being just being nice people, right? So I hope that sticks in your mind. The next time you're watching someone's video, secret, you might think that the video you're watching has the charisma of, what can I say, that's quite nasty. Right, I don't keep on top of cutting my toenails. Sometimes my toenails get a little bit long, and when they start to get long, I get sock fluff stuck down the side of them, which I have to sort of prise out in the bath, right? You might be watching the video and you think that video has got the charisma of the sock fluff that I have to remove from my toenail. But there will be one thing in that video that you like, that you agree with, that gives you pleasure to see, that resonates with you. Leave a comment in the positive. Tell that person, thank you for showing this. It's made me happy watching this. Those flowers you were filming with your shaky cameraman that was driving me nuts. Don't mention that though. Those flowers you were filming were absolutely beautiful, and you've given me 20 seconds of joy today. Thank you. Leave that kind of comment to it, all of you, to each other, right? So not just Blue Star Dave. To be honest, he looks a bit of an handy fella, Dave. He can probably look after himself. However, it's still nice to be nice, isn't it? Now, who is it that says that? Is it Southpaw Urban Davy from Switzerland? Although he's not from Switzerland, but he lives in Switzerland, in the mountains, where he yodels and goes outside and milks the cows and eats muesli. Because in my head, that's what they do in Switzerland. So, yeah, I think he says that. It's nice to be nice. And then who is it that says reap what you sow? What's he called? UK Here We Grow. What? Starts with a T. Not Teddy. Tony. Tony from UK Here We Grow. Right. He says reap what you sow. And the fact that these people are saying it, it's not just me. If there's enough people saying it, there must be some truth in it. So it's nice to be nice. Be nice. Thanks for watching. You don't have to necessarily be nice to this video, right? That wasn't some kind of Jedi mind trick. I'd rather you were honest. If you don't like it, let me know. But if you can't be nice, try not to be nasty. That's another little saying. If you can't be nice, try not to be nasty. See you later, guys. I know you said I told you so, but you're happy and you're feeling fine. Yeah, you noticed the right time. Yeah, you noticed the right time. You shake along